Italy for 3 days already, and they asked, "So we are in France?" And I said, "Could be, but
That
I
was.
think this is still Italy by the looks of it." But anyway, I get entertained very easily here at this job.
Mm,
Because sometimes when you think it's an
serious.
obvious thing that we are not,
Mm,
it becomes very funny.
mm.
But anyway, we are now in the
At
area of
least di siya
Verona,
magbarano, di
city
siya
of Verona.
magbarano. Yang
So in the region surrounding this place, you can see some smaller towns in the mountains above, over there on the left. So
Mm,
that region there is called the Dolomites.
Dolomite.
It's a very
Dolomites.
famous region for the beautiful mountain villages and quiet places. So it's famous for hiking and mountain climbing.
Oh.
So that is one of the things that you can do in that region mostly.
Oh.
Now the area of this place where we are, it is producing a lot of things in Italy. So uh, they produce wine production.
Olives.
Some areas also have olives. Olives.
Yeah.
They also have cheese produced here. Cheese.
Ano to?
There's also one famous cheese that is made in the area, Grana Padano,
Yes.
which is a similar one to the cheese known as Parmigiano or Parmesan cheese.
Exactly.
It's a similar type, but different brand. Also, some of the fashion brands have production here. The Italian brands, Calzedonia and Intimissimi, some local garment makers. Also, there is a quarry. You might have seen some of those mountains which were kind of opened up, their belly. Those are marble quarries. So there is two valleys which produce marble, Italian marble.
Muna dito nga kita na
And also, there is in Verona some of the Volkswagen group, GSK and Müller and Isuzu companies that produce some cars. So it's quite a busy place here. Industrial,
Gawin kan mo siya tagaan.
agricultural, and also
Pangbuntag.
cultural.
Pero i-explain,
Because
ipakita
the
ni mo
city
ha.
of Verona, which is
Di,
the
pakita
area
ni mo tong date
on the
na
left
nakalagay.
over there, is historic
Kasi mabaylo na
city.
maglagat bigyan mo.
Goes back to the Roman times. Already Verona existed as a
Panigurado.
city, part of the empire later on, kingdom and empire, and or the republic empire, and then also became center for the Renaissance as well. So many architecture from the time of the Renaissance, and there. The city also has a significant area which has Roman time buildings. So there's a bridge from the Roman times. There is also the amphitheater in Verona, very famous. It's like a mini version of the Colosseum. Let's put it that way. Amphitheater. I always put the loudest people next to me. So I cannot hear my own thinking now. I put silencer. So Tuscany is tomorrow and the day after also. So this area, we're going to the Venice region of Venice, Veneto region.
Region del Venice na.
And Verona, before that. Verona was also part of a larger, let's say, republic, Venetian republic also, included some of the cities along the way. So Venice is going to be the next stop, but Verona in itself was also very important, time of the Renaissance, and also famous for the story of Romeo and Julieta.
Romeo.
Julia. The Italians call it Giulietta.
Julieta.
Giulietta. So Julia and Romeo story
Julian Romeo.
goes here. Shakespeare, the famous love story of Romeo and Juliet, who fell in love from two families who were enemies and fighting
We
always.
don't need it.
And as the story goes, they fell in love,
Hi,
of course,
Tesla.
because life is all about that. Nothing is more important than the young people's hearts burning with fire and love in there, and then after, very quickly dying, because the story not so happy at the end, right? Because Julia didn't want to marry the other guy from the parents wanted to arrange for her, and she wanted Romeo, but that was forbidden. And
1,000
she was supposed to marry the guy Paris, was her name. And
Paris.
then she crafted a plan. She drank a potion which supposed to make her look like she dead. But he found her. He didn't get the memo, and all things went wrong. He killed himself because of losing the love of his life. And then when he dies, the girl wakes up and finds him dead. So that is the way that the love ends your life very quickly. So better not fall in love. That's the moral of the story.
No franc.
Or if you do, make sure you send a message on time about yours.
Yeah.
It never happens.
But
So
the
now-
internet is very slow.
Now the internet is, but so that was the story, and became the very famous tragedy and love story at the same time. But anyway, that's about Verona, because according to the story, plays out there, and also that's why they made the balcony of Julia. So you can find it in Verona as
Wow.
inside the city. Balcony where Julia is standing and still waiting for Romeo. And he
Wow.
never came because he's dead. And also it's not a true story, so don't worry. I can make fun of that.
It's a fiction.
So anyways, that's about Verona. And now heading to the area of Venice. Now Venice is one of my favorites. Because of its history, of course, and the architecture, all of that preserved for us to see, which is quite unique in Europe. Because you know, we had so many wars in Europe that everything has always been destroyed. Every 100 years we do something to blow up the whole place. So this time period has been quite nice for us, still not blowing things up for now. And so, for Venice especially, it's a best place if you like the old real history, because the Venetian Republic was only conquered by Napoleon, the only person to manage to take over. But by that time when Napoleon came, they had nothing anyway, so they just walked in from the boat. He arrived, he said, okay, this is also mine. It wasn't really a big fighting or anything, because Venice was a very important center for trading, for culture, for diplomacy, for centuries, and from the medieval times, growing into being the largest republic of the region and one of the most successful maritime influences and powers in the area of the Mediterranean and the Adriatic. So, Venice has great history and value over time, centuries, over 1,000 years story. And Europe has a lot to thanks for the Venetian Republic. So the Republic was created over the centuries after the end of the Roman Empire. So around the 5th century, when the Western Roman Empire collapsed, the people living on the area on the mainland, which is today is Mestre and Marghera. Those people were called the Veneti, and they were very scared for their lives because the Romans didn't protect them anymore. Roman armies were not present. So that meant a lot of incursions from peoples coming from the east, from the far east, venturing from the north into the regions and pillaging, burning, attacking, killing, enslaving, and so on. So for the Romans, no more protection from the Romans, and so the people living on the mainland, they had an escape plan. So they find refuge in the lagoon, the marsh, swampy, lands of the area at the time. Of course, today looks very different, but at the time there was a very hard to pass through area, very difficult terrain, and very dangerous if you didn't know the area. All the mosquitoes, malaria, anything could kill you at that time. So, because the invaders usually came walking or on the horseback, they didn't carry boats. So the Venetians started building their small fisher village first, and then slowly started trading also with salt. Salt trade became essential for Europe. Why? Because you use salt for what?
The pure things.
Preserve. Yes. Because you didn't have fridge, no electricity. So there were just a few ways to preserve, especially fish or meat. Either smoking or salting.
Drying.
And that's the way. And also because the taste, right? The taste of food without salt, how can you eat it?
That's right.
Nothing you eat without salt, except for maybe the fruits. So the salt trade was a very important part of their economy at the time, but later on started building their cities. The city was built on many islands, and they also created a new type of governance, which was the founding of the Republic. The Venetian Republic also selected a leader, the Doge, Il Duce, the leader. The Doge was a representative figure, not exactly like a dictator or like a prime minister or something like that.
Thank you.
More like a representative who was selected for life.
Thank you for watching.
But he had no such powers to make anything without the permission of the rest of the leaders of the city. This was ruled as a merchant republic. So everything revolved around trading, taxation, building ships, and taking revenue in from other ships
Thank
passing
you for
through.
watching.
So
Yes.
the Venetians were a republic for hundreds of years and were only conquered in the time of Napoleon. So about a few hundred years they've been very successful in the business on the Mediterranean. They had a massive fleet of merchant ships and also their own private army, because they needed to protect their own cargo and everything else. At the golden age and the peak of the Republic of Venice, they were so advanced in
Yes,
ship
long
building
ride. Thank
that
you.
they had their own shipyard. Even
We're
they
on
have
the
it today,
tour.
but they built cruise ships. So at the time, the golden age, they could build one ship in one day. One ship a day. Imagine that. Without machines. Only with the tools they built to create new ships. And that way they were very fast. One ship a day. Imagine that. I cannot even dig a hole in one day because I'm too tired. So, yeah, of course, wood. Shipbuilding always wood. In the old days, they didn't have a building. They didn't have no metals that they could bend the way that we do today. So the old days, wooden works. Venetians were very famous for building ships, and also, actually, they were very successful in diplomacy, and they were very clever people. So they made the right deals always, and they controlled the trade, and also they controlled the information. That is very key for running business. So they were very crafty in trade and international trading. They built other places along the Adriatic and also in the Mediterranean, some of the islands they captured. They had also relations to Constantinople, which was for a couple of hundred years, about 700 years almost, I think, or more. They've been the Eastern Roman Empire, right? So Constantinople was the bastion of the old Roman values and Christian values to protect at the time. And also the Venetians had connection to them. But also later on, the Venetians and the Crusades also, they added to that, and they took part in some of the Crusades. Crusades were to conquer the Holy Lands and all that. But most important, the Venetians also ransacked the Constantinople later on and stole the horses that you will see tomorrow. The stolen horses. Those horses, not real horses. They are going to be on the front of the Basilica of St. Mark's. So that was kind of they wanted to show off that they managed to do something crazy. So the Venice became also a center for culture and for trading and also for religion, because they founded the Basilica on the remains of St. Mark, one of the evangelists, right? His body was stolen from the Middle East, brought here on a ship, hidden in barrels of pork, because the Muslim people, they didn't want to touch, so they didn't check what's inside, so they could steal the body. And that's how they hid and got the body here. Why was that important? Well, for Christianity, the remain of a saint, it becomes a place for the pilgrimage, because everyone wants to see where this famous evangelist is buried. So that's why it became a site for pilgrimage. So being a cultural center and also being a religious center also brought in more visitors. So it was kind of a very unique place at the time. But tomorrow you'll see how grand this whole place is and how many beautiful churches there are around the area of the islands of Venice. Okay, so tomorrow in Venice you get to see the great architecture and design and engineering of the famous Venetian architects. Venice is also famous for the glass making. Murano is one of the islands where they produce the Venetian glass. So Murano glass, it is one of the famous, for generations, they've been working with glass and creating the most unique glass pieces. Arts also for everyday use, glasses, glassware, chandeliers and whatnot. This is a tradition for generations, from father to son and so on, goes down through generations, and teaching the very intricate ways to work with glass, right? Venetian glass makers were very famous back in the day for all the kings of France or for the other kingdoms of Europe. They wanted to be always up to date with the most lavish things, like for example Louis XIV's Hall of Mirrors, right? There's all Venetian glass in the Palace of Versailles. So many great things about Venice, and tomorrow we're lucky enough to visit. So in the morning, after we check out from the hotel, we head into Venice. We're going to take a boat ride into Venice from Tronchetto Island. And once we get inside the islands of Venice, we're going to walk to St. Mark's Square. It's going to be with the local guide who will just escort us and explain a few things along the way. And then we get to take the gondola ride. near St. Mark's Square. After that also, you get to spend your free time around the area, and then also if you're joining for the group lunch, we'll take you for the group lunch in Venice. After lunch, we go back to the meeting place outside to the boat. We take a boat back to the pier and back on the bus, and then go all the way to Rome. That is the plan. Tomorrow, make sure if you can have some proper shoes. That's my suggestion.
Oo. Pila tanan daw. Pareho man kami tatlo. Alfian, you were taking the 4 thing. Ate Dalma 3. For us is 2 lunch. Then the walking tour and the gondola. Yeah. Yeah, I'm so excited. Dili pa. Usually inigenda na ni. Ang 7 kaya ang tour go usually ay buwag man kami 7 days ra siya, diba? Siya. So mabayad ng 7 days ay tapos ang 5 sa bigas na. Pwede ka taghawid ra. Yeah, because you use already, so I cannot. I use yours. We're switching. I didn't really bother when I said it's still working. And I always forget to put my seatbelt until like when it's like bumpy.
And I just felt it. Like, oh,
Yeah.
I forgot to.
Yeah, right. Haywood. Pila yung gibayran yaw?
145.
For you, that's 210. No control, right? Yeah. Perfect. Thank you.
Lanes.
October, right?
May October.
Okay. I just put you under that name, okay? Because together it's two.
Okay.
So anyway, for 145.
Yeah. Then I have one.
You?
Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay na, 105. Then 105. Like 145 less 40.
You have one lunch in Venice and two lunch in Venice and two lunch in Florence. Right?
I think two months, one is 40 and one is
Wala sila nagandula? Wala man na. O, di 105.
okay, 105. Then is right.
Ang breakdown niya,
105.
ang breakdown ng 105.
Aw, katong duha ka lunch o katong walking tour. I don't know kung pila-pila.
Pagkain. Free ang isa.
35 and 30, I guess isa.
35 plus
40 ang 40.
O 40, parang 40 ang excursion eh.
40 plus 35.
35. Tapos duwa man to. Oh. Ting lagi nang duwa ka lunch ken na. Lisod na. Ah. Kasi di ka magpatong nga isa.
Lunch talaga. Gusto yun, kapit na lang sa lunch. Dalawa din.
Baru ko pa yung bumalik ako ng gondola.
At least ate siya, ate Dams, may kasama ka. Yeah.
Sama ka sa kanila pala ate. Sama pala sa inyo si ate. Malipong man siya bumuha ni si Google ko.
Kami kasama sa kanila.
Kaduwa na siya noon.
Pero it's okay ate, you still have familiar the rest of the city. You can still remember some of those. Though, yeah, it will change a lot, but still the same.
Time and money.
Yeah.
Money and time and money.
Una hindi ko nung life is short, enjoy it. Tapos sabi pa nila, hanggang kaya mong mag-travel, basta nakikwarta, eh wala mo na ang kwarta. As long as makikita pa din mong kwarta. Diba? Kaya ang time, kung na kayo time, tinanig manhimo.
Hindi na magkakaya mo namin.
Mo budukot din tuhod. Do it while you can.
Ito yung expenses ko 2020. That's my 2023 expense.
Kano na lang.
Ang ano lang, ang expenses.
Yung breakdown lang na iba.
3,000. But that's in Canadian. That's in Canadian. Minus yan. Wala. Hindi pa yan lang. Ano lang yan?
Kano ganito?
Back then, I think it was only 30 something. Pero ngayon, 40 something. 100. Yeah. Ano? One.
114,000.
Okay ra na oy.
Yeah, on pag mga gifts. Oh, yeah.
Ilang ako, punta ka ng kwarta.
I know, dili man na namin dito.
Punta ng kwarta, tama ka siya.
Pag-awayan pa yan. Ano?
Sa mga beneficiary. Magatang ang beneficiary te kung kwartahan ta.
So normally we used to have it, but since last year they changed the system for the ticketing, and for us very hard to get tickets, and it's very expensive. So we had a lot of like effect on the clients and we canceled it. Because you know if you do it, you also don't have time to follow the expensive windows. And St. Peter's is free and you don't want them. It's the same Catholic, right? Architecture and painting. But the thing is, the staying usually takes more than 2 hours.
Oh, I think so.
Yeah, because you have to charge more of the traffic that is used. And then you cannot go by yourself because you get a guidance. And you can about 80 years.
It's complex, expensive.
Yeah, and it's not worth it. Yeah, it's only worth it if you have all the way there and you don't mind paying that amount. It is interesting, but after doing the walking, you don't want to walk another 3 hours. It's very easy, and they always promise them, oh, we start this time, and we stay there, and they say, oh, you have to wait another half an hour, and suppose you skip the line, and you will get in fast, but still you're stuck outside, and then there's security, and then it's like 100 things why I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. If you stay wrong, you have a couple of days, you can do it too early in the morning, it's easy, but by the time we are there, it's packed, and really it's like if you have a first night,
Lots of viewers.
Huh?
You have lots of viewers.
Yeah, it's a 21. I got 45, the highest then.
And it takes time.
They're curious on the road as well.